We're floating like butterflies and stinging like bees. Rumble, you badass jet pilots, rumble. Hi, welcome to the Wingmen Show. My name is Drew Brown. We hope to inspire, entertain, and learn something so we can all make this world a better place for our children. I'd like to introduce to you somebody who's my friend, my wingman, my main man, and I have a wingman watching my back, Dr. Paul Thompson. Hey, Paul, what's happening?
Oh, not much. Hello, everyone. I'm Paul Thompson, and you just heard from Mr. Drew Brown, Dark Gable. He's the American dream. He's the man, the myth, the legend, the pilot's pilot, the role model's role model, and most importantly, his royal fullness. How are you doing today, Mr. Dark Gable?
I'm doing great, and I'm glad I'm full of knowledge, Paul. I'm glad I'm full of knowledge. Well, we're going to have a great show right now. Check this out. Dr. Paul, what's up, my brother?
I'm up. I was slept in a little bit this morning. Apologize for my tardiness, but I'm ready to go.
Well, I'm sure glad you're here because I have a wingman, actually wingmen, that I need to tell you about at the end of the show that's going to blow your mind. Put it this way, the number 54 will never mean the same to you again.
Okay. Well, that was the year I was born in the 20th century.
There you go. I was 55. Anyway, guess what? Well, you know, the Starlink came. I haven't got the adapter. I can't wait to hook up to this internet. And I have to tell you, when I dealt with Starlink, or my neighbor did, I mean, their customer service was good. So hopefully I'll be getting that part that I need. And the next time we talk, Dr. Paul, I'll be hooked up to Elon Musk's satellite system.
Well, let me know, because a good friend, his internet is terrible. He lives right in the city of Atlanta. So I told him that you're doing it, and he wants to know, how it goes. So keep us advised.
No problem. Hey, for everybody out there, if you really like the show on Apple Podcasts, give us a little review there. Dr. Paul and I would really appreciate it. So anyway, I was gone this week, as you know, and I was in New Orleans, which we'll talk about. But I didn't do any Peloton.
Okay.
I did nothing. I brought my shoes because my daughter has a Soul Cycle, actually, the competitor of Peloton. Okay. And I can listen to music and ride hers. But anyway, I didn't, Dr. Paul. I'm sorry. But I ate good, like some oyster po' boys.
Wait a minute.
Without the bread.
You ate healthy or you ate good?
I ate good.
Okay.
Look, I eat healthy all the time. And when I eat good now, I don't eat too unhealthy. I mean, fried oysters, okay? If it's that bad and it's going to kill me, then it ain't worth living. If you can't have that once a month or something, which I don't, because I only eat it when I go down there. Because there's nothing like a New Orleans po' boy.
That's approved. I understand. I've been to Dookie Chase.
Yeah. And I can't get it at Costco, Not New Orleans po' boys. So anyway, yes. So, there's a lot of news since the last show. What about my boy, Fresh Prince? And you came up with it. I'm not going to take credit for it. Fresh Prince on Chris Rock's face.
Yeah, I looked at it. And again, I wasn't watching it. I was doing something else like nothing. So I just saw it afterwards. But I thought it was staged. I thought it was a gag. But when he came back and sat down and started cursing, I said, well, maybe not. Which it didn't make a lot of sense. It was kind of almost a WWE kind of thing, actually. It would have been perfect for that. But then it's like, okay. You want me to talk more about it or my thoughts?
No, I'm just going to tell you something. He slapped black people back about 100 years.
I don't think
that was a black Oscars. I mean, everybody up there was black. Denzel, Wilson. I mean, they were all representing, and it was a very good night for people of color. And I'm not kidding about that. And for you to think that you can physically touch anybody else in today's day and age, when goddamn Putin is killing people, you got to be out of your mind. You can't touch other people, period. Yeah. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. And he was laughing at the damn joke. Okay. Number two, he hit him a Hollywood slap because he only hit him with his fingers. I wish
Right.
Chris Rock would have came back and said, "Damn, Will, that's all you got? You Muhammad Ali and you can't do any better than that?"
Yeah.
It took
I
me a day
mean,
and a half to come up with that response, though. So that would have been quick thinking. I will tell you this. Chris Rock is a consummate professional because I'm up on stage. I do public speaking. So I've been on stage. And for him to have recovered in that amount of time was freaking incredible in front of 1 billion people.
yeah, I
So
thought so
I'm
too.
real proud of him. And something good is going to come out of it. Will Smith has resigned from the Academy.
Okay.
But I will tell you this, that my wife Katrina and my friend Lori down in New Orleans, they had a blast talking about it.
Oh, really?
Talking about Jada, yes. It was like number one conversation. My friend Lori is actually my ex-wife, and so we're calling each other friends now instead of X and X.
Okay.
She did that, and I appreciated that. I hate that
Oh, that's
ex
good.
and in-law and all
That's
that.
good.
So anyway, they were talking about it like it was crazy.
Yeah, it made no sense to me because the movie G.I. Jane was like 27 years old. I remember seeing it. It was a so-so movie.
It
was
wasn't a bad. It wasn't a bad joke.
Not
Did
at
you
all.
see how her alopecia on pictures? I'm gonna show it. I mean, she put the pictures out.
She looked fine. She looked
It
fine.
didn't even look like alopecia. She's a woman. You know how much hair it takes to cover that up? Look at the men that try to cover up baldness.
Right.
This was not baldness anyway. It was ridiculous. But he was laughing at the joke, is what I'm saying.
Right.
I think he was manipulated into hitting Chris Rock.
Yeah, that's the way we do. We manipulate into killing somebody, and that happens to people too.
Yes.
That was just stupid. That's just stupid. That was just really altogether stupid. Then he hits him. Like, I mean, I've seen Chris Rock in person. He's a small person. He's a very small person. I don't know. Will Smith is, I don't know, not my size or between your
He's a
size.
big dude now. He works out all the time.
Okay, but then he hits him with a feather duster.
Yes.
And I'm looking at it. So you've got a larger person picking on a smaller person, one, and the smaller person has their hands behind their back and they're sucker punched. That's a -3 in my estimation.
Well, you know what's worse, Dr. Paul? His whole thing, his whole aura is of him being a really nice, kind, non-violent guy. Do you know that? His whole thing is just being like the Fresh Prince, like I'm cool, I'm jazzy. I don't hit and I don't hurt people.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
That's gone. See, now
you know
it would
what
be
they
better.
say in the Navy, you can build 1,000 bridges.
Yes.
Or you can do one bad thing. What will they call you? A bridge builder
Or
that
bad
one
thing.
bad thing? And I don't want to say what that one bad thing is.
Right. Well, the thing is, if it was a WWE or WWF kind of thing, then it would be perfect because you could be the good wrestler who's gone to the dark side. And then we set up a revenge match, steel cage, and da 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 da. It would make, actually, this is maybe not funny. A UFC kind of event would be a great pay-per-view. You could have them train a little bit to fight each other. Mike Tyson would be the referee. This would cost a lot of money. Evander Holyfield could train one. Who the guy that trained Tyson? He's around now.
How about Bundini Brown? He could train the other.
Yeah. That's right. That'd be great. That'd be great for the show. And the pay-per-view, get Dana White involved in it. How much would that be? It would go $49.95, go global. I mean, they're talking about it in Nairobi.
You know, don't laugh at this. You know what I just heard? Pete Davidson is going to do a celebrity boxing match with Kanye West.
Why not?
I'm not kidding. I just heard that.
I know.
Talking about this academy, just one last thing about about what he really did was, first of all, when you get angry, you know what happens? The blood rushes from your head. This physiologically. It rushes from your brain into your muscles because that's just the way the human body works. And what happens is you can't think. That's why after you get mad at somebody, in 10 minutes, you come up with the best lines because you couldn't think at that moment. But your actions at that moment can cause you a lot of trouble. So I'm going to do this PA. This is a Wingmen PSA. When mad, sit down, shut up, and do nothing for 24 hours. Once again, when mad, sit down, shut up, and do nothing for 24 hours, the situation will change. This has been a Wingman PSA.
Yeah. And these are very wealthy people or
That's
connected.
the problem. That's the problem. They're above the law. They live in a whole nother world, Dr. Paul. They don't live in reality. There's no electric bills. There's no MasterCard bills. They live in a totally different. Do you know? Well, you know the backstory on Will and Jada, and I don't even want to go into it, but there's some weird stuff going on, and they don't live in our society. Do you think him having to resign from the academy is bad? Because I guess
I'm not even sure what it means. I don't follow that kind of stuff. So what happens? Okay, he's not in the academy.
I don't know the legal things, but do you want to know what I thought also? You know, a Jewish person would have handled that anger if you talked about his wife on TV.
No.
He would have blackballed your ass. You would have never done another stand-up comedian thing again in your life. That would be revenge from the kind of community that my grandmother comes from.
Yeah, I'm looking for a celebrity boxing kind of thing. If Roy Jones and Tyson could do it, I think they made a lot.
Will Smith and Chris Rock can't do it. Will Smith, Chris Rock, and maybe Dave Chappelle, Chappelle and Chris Rock together. But anyway, how about adjusting to the situation? You gotta really be calm. You gotta be calm. Like adjusting to this COVID thing, the new vaccine or the new BA2, they're saying that we need a new fourth booster. And I'll deal with that by getting another booster. That's all. I'm all in now.
Yeah, you might as well. You might as well. 4 is good. 3 is 4 is 3 is good. 4 is better. I don't know. I'm no crazier now than I was before, so it's not a big deal.
Well, anyway, I just got back from New Orleans because I went to visit my granddaughter, but I went there because I'm a public speaker, as you know, and I did a business alliance there, the East St. Tammany Business Alliance. I spoke to their community, and it was great. Miss Kathy Lowry they were great people in Slidell, Louisiana. And anyway, so while I was there, I went to go see my granddaughter in New Orleans. And we hung out, and me and my son, which is really my son-in-law, but it'd be sounding weird, my son and my daughter, but he's my son-in-law, but I don't like the in-law thing. Anyway, he took me to the NCAA All Star game, the Reeses All Star game. It was on Friday afternoon. And these are the top seniors in all of college who play this All Star game for the fans, and it's free to the public. It was great. And he has a sports group named Unlimited. He's a sports agent now. He had this kid, Tyrese Martin, and he was the leading scorer of the game. He didn't win MVP. This other kid won it. But anyway, it was a great time. I got pictures and everything, so you'll get to see that. But
let me ask you, is this
down in New Orleans?
Is this All-Star game? This is the top seniors who are not in the NCAA or
who are not in the Final Four.
They're not in the Final Four. Okay.
So every other school, the top seniors were picked, and they played this All-Star game.
Okay, never heard of that.
Yeah, it was real fun. It was good to be back in the Superdome. The last time I remember being there for Ali Spinks, the third comeback.
That's a long time ago.
Yeah, that was incredible. I did the programs for that fight. So there's a lot of stories with that fight. But anyway, this is a trip. When I was speaking in Slidell, Louisiana, I sell my posters and my DVDs after I speak. And do you know, my wife Katrina was doing it. And 4 or 5 people came up to her and told her something. She said, "We'd love to buy his DVD, but we don't own DVD players anymore." And it hit me like a brick in my face. Yeah. People don't use DVDs. I don't use DVDs.
You're old.
I'm real old. I got to find a way of monopolizing electronically now on my DVDs because they're going to be totally worked. They're going to be like 8-track soon.
Yeah. DVDs kind of went out almost 10 years ago. Really, you can't buy a computer with them. Everything is online. It's in the cloud.
That's crazy.
I've got about 50 of them stacked up, and half of them I've watched. Remember, we used to go to Shanghai. There's a place you go get like 10 of them, whatever. First run, it's pirated. First
some
one
of them, they
$1
think
piece.
they'd be your friend, the guy who's selling it to you, and say, this is not good one. This is not good one.
Yeah, they would tell you, and they were right. They worked out fine. I didn't pay more than $1 for everything.
No, definitely
everything.
not.
Movies out like 10 minutes.
I bought one in Harlem once, and the guy says, hey, a lady gets up and gets some popcorn in the middle. But just like in the movie theater, it's no big deal.
Yeah.
I was dying laughing. And I bought it, and she got up and got popcorn in the middle.
Yeah.
Years and years.
Yeah, we bought a lot of pirated software.
Yeah. I guess that's wrong now that I think about it. But hey, when you're broke, you do what you got to do. So anyway, the Final Four is coming up. And that game last night that, we're going to date this anyway, but that game last night was freaking crazy. There were 18 lead changes.
Mm-hmm.
And it was Mike Krzyzewski's last game.
Yeah.
And my son-in-law, he went to Nick. His name is Nick. He went to Duke. So him and my daughter went to the game. Yeah, they had $7,000 seats. $7,000. They weren't front row. Oh, no, they were back. So he shows me on his phone. I'm not lying. There were seats there for $22,500. Is this something weird? Am I not on this planet?
Yeah,
my wife wanted to go see what's his name in Vegas for $1,000 a ticket. I thought this ludicrous.
Mm-hmm.
22.5.
I bought a Mustang for less than that actually, and that was
Bruno
with
Mars, $1,000 in Las Vegas.
Yeah, that was with taxes. It's a couple years old.
Anyway, so there's another world out there,
Right.
There's another world. Everybody's not hurting. And there is a way to financial security. Yeah, I heard that and I love that.
And you meant $22,500, not $22.
That's exactly right. $22,500 a seat. We're not talking the front row. We're not talking the greatest seat. We're talking that area.
Yeah, for a 40-minute game. So you divide that by 40.
People have it. And what's really cool, I'm watching it tonight, the women's champion.
Mm-hmm.
Those girls can play UConn and South Carolina. And my son actually represents one of the players for UConn. And with that name, image, likeness thing, there's money now. There's money there.
Yeah, if you're a good athlete.
About that?
Yeah, to have your name.
About that?
What I think about it, I think it's advantageous for the players, and it's well overdue because of the amount of money thrown in sports. I don't think that the young people who are making lots of money for the universities should have to, beg on the street corner for a slice of pizza. I mean, it's a little exaggeration, but they shouldn't be in a plantation system. They can make a few dollars. That's so what? So what?
You're right. You remember this kind of thinking, though, because I was a student athlete, and I was like, well, I had to do it.
Well, okay, yeah, screw you. Okay,
misery loves company. That's
you missed
like that.
Yeah, well, the fact is you missed out. You're old. You missed out.
Right.
Nobody cares. Right. I bought a lottery ticket. You won the lottery. Well, I bought a lottery ticket. I didn't win. Well, you didn't win.
Right. Well, you were talking about going on a cruise, and I do want to say this. The cruise line industry, their stocks are way down. And just for people interested, once again, I think they're going to be an upturn. And anytime you want to buy stock, you buy it low, you sell it high. And this might be an opportunity because I do believe cruise ships will come back. I don't know when. Katrina doesn't want to go on one now either, but I'm sure they're going to come back. But just the whole idea of buying low and selling high. Aren't you going on a cruise?
The schedule to go on one this summer, I'm not too sure. Just in a few months, but there may be some schedule conflicts too. Now, the CDC, I think just a couple of days ago, relaxed their restrictions or recommendations on cruises, so they're okay now. I might want to give it a little more time. We were supposed to go on an Alaska cruise for the last 2 years.
Wow.
It's been pushed back, but I'll take a look at it. I'll make a decision probably next month or so.
Well, for Katrina's 50th, I was going to take 20 of her friends on a week-long cruise, and that's when the pandemic hit.
Yeah.
And so it's never been the same since. Last little thing, what about this gun control licenses? Some state tried to go in for, now you don't even need a license to carry a gun, just going to be wild, wild west. I think in Texas they're doing it.
I think
is Georgia asking for this law to be passed also?
I think so. In Tennessee also. I don't know if it's been done. I don't think it's been done. You'd know about it, but they're looking that way. So there's nothing, no permit, no nothing. The challenge is even when you have a permit, most of them are good in reciprocal states, but not all over the country. So they were trying to make it, one certificate for the whole country. But now if they just get rid of the restrictions, everybody can be, wild west.
Yeah, but that's not helping us. I mean, people are shooting each other as it is.
Yeah. Over nothing, over bowling balls or in traffic. He looked at him a funny way or no reason at all. Just shoot.
How about this reason? My life sucks and I don't care anymore. How about that reason? Somewhere deep down inside him, the worst thing that can happen to a human being, I believe, is to be locked up. And I'm saying that because it leads right into my Wingmen. There is a movie that I guess is my favorite movie. And when I start even seeing the beginning coming on, I get emotional. And no kidding, I've cried so many times in the movie's Glory with Denzel Washington. And it's about the Massachusetts 54th, Black Civil War soldiers who fought for an idea that America would be free one day. They were actually slaves. I think we talked about it on the show. Remember, I have a metal name tag from a Black Civil War soldier.
Yes, you told me that. Right.
Well, this thing means a lot to me because they were not free and they fought for an idea. And I think you and I have fought for that same idea, damn it, to be free. We're fighting for an idea because what we're living in sometimes isn't free. And what's happened to Black people is, it just has happened. But at least if America could tell the truth about it, it'd be okay because the people who are telling the story didn't do it. You're not responsible for somebody who looks like you. That's ridiculous. Yes. It is absolutely ridiculous.
So, there's no reason to run away. There's no reason to run away.
No, but you know what? They're embarrassed. But who are they? I mean, I am not related to the guy who killed people in D.C., the D.C. sniper, because he's Black and I'm Black. You think I feel bad? I feel horrible for the kids, but he has nothing to do with me. And I just don't understand the thinking sometimes, but it doesn't help. Telling the truth actually helps because that will heal. That will heal. And that's what makes America great. That we went from slavery to President Obama being president. That's what makes America great. They don't realize that. But anyway, my favorite saying is that freedom is being free from the need to be free. And that's from George Clinton, Parliament Funkadelic.
There you go. Dr. George Clinton.
Dr. Funkenstein. Thank you once again, Dr. Paul Thompson, my friend. Thank you for your love, your time, and that's something that we won't ever get back. I want to thank all the listeners, too. Thank you so much for doing the show, Dr. Paul. We're jamming.
Well, thank you, Mr. Drew, for inviting me on. Always good to talk to you. And ladies and gentlemen, please remember to like, share, and subscribe to this podcast or any of the podcasts. If you're looking at YouTube, they say smash the like button. Don't smash it. Just press it gently and use as a link to all your friends. You can also look at us on our website, wingmenshow.com, WINGMEN show, SHOW.com, altogether, wingmenshow.com. And we hope to see you in the future. Thanks again, Mr. Drew.
Oh, you're welcome. And we're still floating like butterflies and stinging like bees. Rumble, you badass jet pilots, rumble. May there be peace on earth, and goodwill towards all men and women.